Hey everybody, we're back for another godly introduction, and we're going to start today with Amaterasu. Amaterasu, the Japanese goddess of the sun. Yeah, there we go. And her shiny mirror. Yeah, we'll play her with her foxy skin from the latest Smite event, Odyssey 2017. So, Amater, she is a warrior, um, and rather interesting compared to a lot of the other warriors. She's fairly mobile. She has some interesting abilities, and hopefully, while I'm showing you guys, I kind of learn a little bit more about her as I play. Because I find sometimes you just kind of play a character and just off you go. You just swing your sword or whatever weapon they've got, and don't really pay attention to what you can or can't do. Alright, so Illuminating Strike. She illuminates enemies she hits with basic attacks, so after 3 hits against the same target, they get an aura and exposes their weakness. So they take more damage from all sources. So this is a great way if you can focus on a character to make it a little bit easier for even your allies to do damage on somebody. Alright, so her first ability is Divine Presence. Using the power of her mirror, she can buff. You can increase the speed and valor. Oh, it switches. Okay, so it's switches what it uses. That actually is something I just learned. Then we have Heavenly Reflection, where she charges her mirror. So while the mirror is charging, she reduces damage, and then you can actually either press the attack again to force it to attack early, or let it wait until it builds up, and then it's a line attack that does a fair bit of damage. So it does more damage if you let it fully charge. So, oh, excuse me. Alright. And then Glorious Charge is an actual charge attack where she can actually silence enemies when she hits them with that. And her final ability is Dazzling Offensive. This cone attack, basically she kind of dances around and swings at the enemies. And if anybody is hit by, I think it's at least, must hit an enemy with each hit in the progressive combo to get the stun effect. So it's a great way to get in there and cause some trouble. So I'm going to quickly buy my buff that I haven't bought yet. So her being a warrior, you kind of tailor her to the battlefield, whether it's soaking hits, doing a lot of damage, or even going critical. You can kind of do all of that depending on what you're facing off against. Right now, because I'm using AI foes as my training dummies for you guys to see what each of the characters look like. I find they're gonna be even. So there's the Mirror Strike kind of doing its thing. All right, so my ultimate is ready. So we're gonna stop Sobek from getting away. So there you go. So there's the ultimate. It's actually really effective getting in there. Now, one of the things that I think I kind of didn't really read about one of her abilities, but when you have the mirror, when you activate her first ability, it actually also heals her over a short period of time, so you get a little bit extra healing while you're in there. And we're going Glorious Charge here, so let's buy some upgrades. So looking at my foes being a relatively even group, I'm just going to bring up my health and my physical power at the same time, so that I can just kind of go in there, do some damage, and stick around. So as you can see, the glow, that is the effect of her passive actually triggering. So those little. So I'm going to use my charge to silence these guys. So it makes it a little bit harder for them to actually escape. So some good timing on the ability. I'm going to actually crack this early because I want to hit. Oh, and I missed. Oh, I just got blinded by Raw. So, a good timing on silence, and there's several characters that have the silence ability, and if you Oh, not enough damage. You can actually shut down most forms of evasion. So if you're about to get set up for, say one of your allies to really finish off an enemy, and it's, say, Neith, for example, with her backflip. Her backflip is a great evasion because it also gets out of other gods' actual trapping abilities. And I'll get into some of these gods a little bit later on, and I'll bring that up in the future. Now I want to look at her passives for this. So the great thing about this one is it's got a kind of that particular set of equipment actually assists itself. The first ability will actually slow enemies. The other one gets a bonus for slowing enemies. Alright, so we're going to deal with him. There we go. Stun him, and I'm about to get stunned by Guan Yu if he gets in with the cavalry charge. We're going to buy some upgrades. Nope, I'm not going to let you escape. Alright. So another route is... Oh no, we need to get out of that situation. So we're going to retreat. So obviously Glorious Charge can also be used as a method to retreat if needed, because it is a dash, and a dash is a fair distance. So I can use it to escape also if I need to. So taking advantage of abilities in different ways is a good way of increasing your survivability with a lot of characters. There are several dashes that do damage if they hit the targets, but at the same time, it's a fast way to get away. Some actually have ones where the benefit of them is actually largely on the fact that it does damage on their way out, or I guess it'll be easier to explain once I play a god that has that kind of evade. Well, dude, if you're gonna sit here and take hits from this thing, I'm going to take advantage of that and steal that from you, use my ability, and end you. So, having a chance to actually hit a large group with her... Oh, I totally missed her. Medusa's going to get away, I think. There are... When Ymir is not helping me... So that's an example of Ymir not helping. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Oh, I really need to get out of there. So we'll use our mirror, heal up while we go. Start working on Heavenly Reflection. So with this particular build, given who I'm facing off with, I'm actually going to opt for trying to do a fair bit of damage. I think that'll assist my party even more, and stacking those abilities actually is really good. So, alright, am I facing a largely physical team? Largely, so actually maybe physical attack and physical defense. So maybe we're going to opt for a little bit more of a defensive build as it is. Okay, so, oh my goodness, they are all being chased. But this is a perfect opportunity for this. 1, 2, 3, and we got 4. And I'm in trouble. There's ultimates going off. Oh, I got shut down. Okay, so that would have been a good time to really been paying attention to what I was doing and using my dash to hopefully get away safely. Alright, so they're going to deal with all these guys I damaged a little bit, and some of them are not going to make it back to their camp. One is, or Ra is going to teleport, so apparently there's another one that's not going to make it. Let's grab the ultimate upgrade. So I want to progress up this tree, largely for that ability right there. It's actually relatively cheap and easy to buy, and it has cooldown reduction, so... I talk a lot about cooldown reduction, and one of the biggest gripes somebody may have about a game is, oh, well, it takes forever for my abilities to be ready to go again. Okay, well, buy equipment that reduces your cooldown. Some characters intentionally, for the sake of balance, have longer cooldowns on some of their abilities. Not to say that the cooldown reduction won't help, but it's a balance thing. Some guys, depending on how dangerous the ability potentially is. Alright, so you aren't getting away. There we go. So, yeah, so I can actually use my line attack on these guys. It's not very high leveled right now, so it's not doing a ton of damage, but I can deal with minions should I need to. I may not be as effective as your average... oh, no, we're not going to dash in there to get her. It's just not worth it. We are going to have to deal with these guys because I want him to get through, so we're going to... There we go. Guess who's getting through? There we go. Oh, they all went back home, apparently. She's doing a decent amount of damage with her base physical attacks. I can improve that further, either with a focus of doing a lot of physical damage, or whether you know, I increase my critical, or something similar. Remembering my buffs is huge. There we go. Oh, okay. I'm dancing. I'm dancing. I don't want to. Okay. So we're gonna finish off Raw here. There we go. Stun Guan Yu, finish off Raw. I can catch him. There we go. So that's making sure nobody gets away. So, oh wait, you're... Nope, yeah, you're moving too quickly. So she's either improved her movement speed, or, well, as a hunter, she's just naturally faster than me. My health is... Oh. Evading attacks is a good idea. You can evade people's attacks, do so. Don't just stand there and let Raw throw lots of fire at you. Stay mobile. It almost really doesn't matter what class you play, who you play as. Try to stay mobile. They recommend, even like right now, if I want to avoid getting a ton of shots at my back, I'm not going to go in a straight line. I'm really bad for going in a straight line. If you guys have watched enough of my intro videos or watched how I play regular games. So let's see here. I'm going to improve my cooldown. Now I want to... I'm going to increase my attack speed. Now I can do that while also increasing my physical power. So we're going to... Or I could take lifesteal. So we're going to go with the balanced blade for now. I have one more slot, so if I decide I really want life gain, I can do that. I have an ability that gives me life, but having a bit of extra life gain never really hurts. Okay, so I don't want Guan Yu. Oh, I'm pretty certain I missed him. Okay, I got both of them that shot. Not enough damage. Okay, well, we're not going to stick around and make sure. We're going to go over here. Let's go play with Sobek now that he's frozen. Oh, so... Oh. Okay. We're also playing with him. Alright, down he goes. So, there you guys go. That's Amaterasu. Build, yeah, I'm probably going to reiterate some of this stuff a lot, and I apologize for that, but especially if you're only looking for specific gods that you want to learn about, some of this stuff is going to get rehashed a couple of times just to match what's going on. So, you know, build with warriors and guardians, build to your enemies more often than not, because they're going to be problem solving. You know, in this case, I just needed to be able to deal damage, take some hits so I could stay out there for longer, and, you know, get some kills, get some assists, all that kind of stuff. So, hope you guys enjoyed checking this out, and this is Amaterasu.